Legend of Total War here, and today we're making a sort of last stand up against Venice. We are Venice up against France. Now, when I say sort of last stand, it's not really a last stand, so we have to pretend that it is. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is purely because the guy who sent the email seemed to put a bit of effort into setting up the scenario, and I wanna do it for him. This is a deliberate setup. I already went and had a look to see, his balance of power. He was doing very well in the campaign and just threw it all away to set up this scenario. Now, like I said, we don't have to win this battle, because if you lose, you have to fight the battle. If you withdraw, France takes the city. But if you fight the battle and just withdraw immediately, then he goes back into the city and France doesn't besiege the city, giving you plenty of time to recruit some more troops here, and even just a few extra troops plus the city walls makes this much more doable. So, yeah, I really questioned whether or not to even do it, but I did decide to go ahead with it just because we'll just have to pretend that everything matters on this battle here. Yeah. Even though it doesn't. Because the thing is as well, is that every single last stand that we're likely to get are going to be sieges. With the exception of any Rome 2 or Attila ones that are essentially village battles, or perhaps Warhammer 2 ones that are city battles, but fought on the field. So, a bridge battle could be an interesting scenario. We'll see how we go. So, I want to do things this way. It's also on normal unit scale, and I don't know. I don't like normal unit scale. It's like, if you want to set me up a nice scenario, bigger is better. Bigger enemies, so bigger unit scale. Give me a little bit more to work with. Doesn't have to be amazing balance powers. It could be like there if you want, but give me something to work with here. This isn't much. But I don't really care what I go up against. It's fine. Yeah, if you want to make it deliberate, if it's going to be deliberate, make it big. Don't make it small. Go big. I guess that's a good sort of way to put it. If it's going to be like a legitimate one, then small is fine. But if you're going to set up a deliberate one, bigger is better. Gonna try and push them back a little bit to give our pikes a bit more room to move. Okay. Bit of a rout going on. Can we get some more? Don't push too hard, because they've got pikes of their own. Enemy general just casually standing there. Get back. Also, another thing is that the general is he's not the last general. He's got some floating family members elsewhere. So even if he dies in the battle, it's not the end of the world. I really want you to shoot those general bodyguard. You keep them pikes. Get them pikes there.
I pray the course of this battle changes.
Since the enemy general's right there, charge him.
Certain.
Oh, we got him.
Praise to our Lord. Our men have slain the enemy general. Now his men will lose heart.
Now we just have to somehow pull off a win. I want to get a nice big charge in there. Our pikes are pretty much overrun. Here we go. Here comes a charge.
I pray the course of this battle changes, because defeat seems almost certain.
Oh, these guys could still come back. So press it. Press the attack now.
The battle seems to be swinging in our favor. From such tidings does victory emerge. Quickly! Attack! Quickly! Attack! The enemy are badly blooded. They have lost half their men.
Break, you shits. Okay, good. Seems like they're trying to get back across, but pathfinding wasn't very good. Right.
The enemy flees the battle! Run down those worthless peasants!
Now, because it's a deliberate campaign, deliberate setup, I mean, I gotta wonder if it's even worth sending the save file back to the guy. I mean, don't get me wrong, I appreciate anyone sending me files, and I don't want to sound ungrateful. I know I definitely have been ungrateful in the past. But I'm sure he's got a backup save file of this. I mean, I'll send it back. It's not takes a minute. And if you guys want to try out this this battle as well, you're welcome to do so. We walked out of that pretty, not particularly hurt. Try and get as many of them as possible, because otherwise he's going to deal with them again later. But as I said before, he's probably got backups of it. Oops.
The enemy are overcome. This is a great victory.
The king will pay for our return.
Yeah, like he needs any money, die.
We tore them apart.
I wonder if they'll fight us again. I gotta wonder why he sent such a small army. Scots Guard. I mean, this is obviously pretty easy, but we'll do it.
Waste no time sparing enemies this day, man.
Now, in this situation here, we don't need the infantry. I don't even know why I bother keeping this guy. Stand back to here. Let them come across, and then I'll charge in on them when they get to about here. I don't really think it charges that well on the bridge. I'm not actually too sure about that.
The battle is in our favor. If we remain true and wholehearted, victory will be ours. Only half the enemy force remains. The enemy flees the
Well, for
battle.
that, I wonder if they've got another army that they want to send at us. Thing is, I know that at any point in time now, we could just hit withdraw, not, you know, in the battle. It depends on the angle that they attack us from.
Show little mercy. They deserve none. Name thy enemy,
Yeah.
Lord.
I mean, we just look at this. I mean, he admitted it was deliberate. I mean, phew. Look at that fucking drop. So he was doing alright in the campaign. He was up to about 20 odd settlements. And he's got like bits and pieces of armies like here and here. So I guess he just wanted to contribute to the series, and I appreciate that. Thanks for the scenario, dude. And I licked it. So I'll see you in the next disaster. And again, if you guys want to play the scenario, I'll put up in the Google Drive thing, so you guys can give it a go. And I'll see you next time, fuckers.